Alright, this is your video for how to do some of your fancy types of weaving or different types of weaving that are not required for the weaving project, but if you want to learn a different look, this is the video you're going to use for this. We're going to go over the twill method, the sumac method, and the crochet chain. Alright, to begin your twill method, twill is under one warp string and over the next two, under one, over two, okay? So to start off, I need to do the opposite of what I did on this last pass, okay, just to get this to wrap around this string. So I'm gonna have to go over that one, and then I'll start under one, over the next two, under one, over the next two, under one, pull through, because I'm at the end. And remember, I'm going to leave a finger loop at the end there. Push it down. And I'm going to go back. And I'm going to do whatever I did on this last string. I'm going to make sure I do the opposite and then start my twill. Under one, over two. Under one, over two. Under one. Pull through. What you're going to start getting from this design is what looks like a basket weave. Okay, so whatever I did on the last string, I'm going to make sure I do the opposite, and then I start my twill again. Under one, over two. Under one, over two. Under, whoops, over two, under one. Pull through. And that's your twill. You can't really see it right here, but you see that this one is on, this string is here and that one's there. It kind of makes this like stacked design that's a little offset instead of all of those little stitches being right on top of each other. Okay, the next one is the sumac, and the sumac is done by doing over and around each string. So, sometimes the best way to do this one is to take it off of your needle. So it's over this string, okay, and around it. So I wrap it around the string, pull tight. Over this next one, and around it. Pull tight. Not so tight that these two pull in like this, okay, but tight enough that you kind of get this design showing. So it's over this one and around it. Over this one and around it. Okay. You can kind of see it gives you a little different look. Okay. Next one is going to be the crochet chain. And the best way for me to show you the crochet chain is you want a piece of string that is, I don't know, maybe a wingspan, just to be safe. Okay. And you want to cut it off. And I'm going to double it so that I have it looped. Okay, so I've doubled it on one end and it's looped on the other end. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this loop and I'm going to pass it under all of my warp strings until I get to the other side. So just pass it under, pass it under, pass it under, pass it under. Okay. And now I'm going to pull a little bit. All right. First step, take this loop that's on the end here, and I want to put my fingers inside that loop, and I want to grab a hold of the two strings so it's looping over top of the warp string, and then I'm grabbing the next two warp strings with my fingers, and I'm pulling tight. And you can kind of see it makes a little lark's head. So I'm going to pull tight. I'm going to do the next one. I'm going to pass the warp string, grab a hold of those two, and pull through. Over top of this warp string, grab a hold of the next two, pull through. And you can kind of see it sort of looks like crocheting as it goes across. All right, now you can only do this if your strings are underneath all the way across. You know, I like to do it in one direction and then I like to do it in the other direction just because I feel like it kind of looks like a sweater. But you got to make sure that when you get all the way to the end, okay, the last string, you still have to do that one too, otherwise it's not connected. So pull tight. And notice this is very loosely done because I don't want any of these strings to pull inward. Okay. At this point, you see I have very little left. All I'm going to do from here is I'm going to take this loop and I'm going to finish it by pulling these strings through. So all I'm going to do is go like that and then tighten slightly, and I can leave these hanging. I will take them later, wrap them around the back of my design, and weave them in.